What city will you never visit based on its reputation? Some comments. I won't go to Mogadishu because I don't want to be skinned alive. Other comments. I won't go to Cape Cod because I hear the crab cakes aren't what they used to be. Mogadishu. One friend was murdered and his murderer set free by his clan. Another colleague was kidnapped from their guesthouse 5 years ago now and is still missing. Will never, ever, step one tiny toe in that city, let alone the country of Somalia. Kingston, Jamaica. The saying goes, if you don't have business in Kingston, you have no business in Kingston. Edit. I have traveled to other parts of Jamaica and the island is sincerely one of the most beautiful places on earth. Port-au-Prince not being murdered is my favorite thing. Port-au-Prince, Haiti. I work with so many refugee families who fled from there and the stories are chilling. Mogadishu. What's a scam that people think isn't a scam? The auction websites where items apparently sell for way under market value. Like a PS5 going for $5. The thing is, you do actually pay $5 for a PS5 if you win. That's not the scam. The scam is that you have to pay for bids. You'll buy a set of bids for say $50. Then you'll just never win a bidding war, or it'll take way more bids than you thought it would. I'm sure the websites themselves have fake users that are guaranteed to win as well. So it's just farming bids. Which is farming your money. If you get hooked, just like any other type of gambling, they will ring you for thousands and thousands of dollars in bids, while you win nowhere near that value of the bids. Vision insurance. It is an eye doctor coupon you pay for in advance to get your one discount to use each year to bring inflated prices back to normal. That the Better Business Bureau is part of the government and has any power to resolve fraud and other issues, rather than what it is, which is a private marketing firm. Send me $50 and I will send you a list of all the scams out there. Those bingo games that supposedly make you money. When I worked at Taco Bell, 2 of my managers would always play those kind of games. In order to win, you have to pay for currency to use in order to play bingo. They were paying $20 to win $5. Plenty of these super investment guru ads in the internet, if not all. If you could vote for one state to leave the US, which would it be and why? As someone from North Dakota, ouch, sad face. Georgia. If it had become its own country, there would then be 2 Georgias, which would be funny. Kansas. Why? Because then the US would look like a funky donut-shaped country. Gaseous state. Fuck that state. I wouldn't vote to necessarily expel any state, but to merge Montana and Wyoming into one state. They're both very sparsely populated. And even combined, their population would be lower than many other states. Call it Wyomontana or Montyoming. Delaware. First in, first out. It's only fair. What is something that is considered socially acceptable if you're conventionally attractive but socially unacceptable if you are not? Messy hair. On a cute person, it's a messy bun. On me, I look deranged. Wearing revealing clothes. I saw a video the other day of some nerdy couple at a high school flirting in a weird way and everyone was like, ew, gross PDA, can you not? But I saw another video of some attractive high school couple where he's like tall and pushing her against a locker about to kiss her, and all the comments are about wanting that, or I would have folded. Acting dumb and helpless. There was a social experiment about an attractive stranded woman on the road with a broken down car, compared to a less attractive woman. The first woman received a lot more help from pedestrians than the other. Being awkward. When you're attractive, it's adorable, and when you're attractive, it's weird. Dating someone who is conventionally attractive. If you're of comparable attractiveness, then no one bats an eye. If there is a significant disparity, there are often assumptions that the other is incredibly wealthy or something. What would you do if you saw someone stealing a loaf of bread? What loaf of bread? Woman with white cane, light skin tone. The plot of Les Miserables. I was at Target tonight and the lines were a bit long and slow. The guy in front of me just decided to get out of line and leave. I'm not sure if he had a loaf of bread, but he definitely walked off with a vacuum. 1 loaf. Nothing. 2 loaves. Pay for them in their stead. Armfuls. I'm dashing out the door with my cart, grabbing everything I can on the way. High probability of riot or Armageddon. I'd ask them if I could buy them some more food. If someone is stealing a loaf of bread, they may be desperate. No human on this planet should go without food. Back when I worked retail, I witnessed someone stealing diapers, and I didn't do a damn thing. Do you support taxing people just to keep them from getting too rich? Why or why not? So I don't care how rich people get. I really only care how poor people get. As long as nobody's living in poverty, you can be as rich as God and I don't care. But we don't need to have our fellow Americans scrounging for scraps. Love the implication that we don't need tax revenue to do things. Just that it's a penalty on those unfortunate souls bestowed with more money than God because we're all jelly. People support taxing people so that there is funding for PUBPIC projects. Otherwise, you have no roads, no schools, no fire or police department. You should be aware that many Redditors who know nothing about economics are voicing their thoughts. Here, step carefully. I would phrase it differently. I wouldn't say I support it so people don't become too rich. I support it so other people don't have to suffer being too poor. The distinction between net worth, liquidity, capital gains tax, and income tax is not well understood by the public. The initiative won't have much of an impact on redistribution until people take action. Jeff Bezos does nothing more than own his own shares. So how are we going to tax him? Most extremely wealthy people don't acquire their fortune through salaries. Subscribe, my brothers.